the president's campaign TikTok has been flooded with criticism over the U.S.'s support of Israel. How do you respond to that?
Obviously, I can't speak to a campaign TikTok. I'm not something that I can speak to, but that has been our position and will continue to be.
Campaign issue. These are Americans who are asserting their feelings on this.
And we have said we say at all times, right? It is important. We believe it's important for Americans we value their opinion. We know this is a difficult time. We get that. We get that this is an incredibly difficult time, and we value and always make sure, obviously bring the space. Make sure there's space available for folks to share their concerns, and so that's something that we've been very consistent here with.
What does the White House make of candidate Trump's proposal for a tiered alliance at NATO, and how would you characterize the difference between the Trump and Biden foreign policy doctrines? And then just secondly, is the administration seeking to reassure allies in the wake of Donald Trump's comments on NATO?
So I think this president leadership speaks fully and speaks really loudly with our closest allies. And it is truly appalling what was said. It's unhinged, and it endangers our American national security and global stability when you hear that coming from a former president.
Keep working on that.
There are a couple of significant developments recently in investigations into the president's role in his family's foreign business dealings that bear on current political debates, and I was hoping that you could help Americans digest these bits of information. On China, there was a recent revelation from impeachment inquiry testimony that the president in 2017 met with the chairman of CEFC China Energy at the Four Seasons Hotel not far from here. Yi Jianming has since gone missing in China amid corruption allegations. How should people think about that amid U.S.-China tensions and the president's potential exposure here? And in Ukraine, according to laptop records and a former business partner, the mayor of Kiev, Vitaly Klitschko, was involved with a Burisma subsidiary that was chaired by the first son. How should Americans think about that amid the Ukraine foreign aid debate?
I got nothing for you on that.
On the NSA.
A man too incapable of being held accountable for mishandling classified information is certainly unfit for the Oval Office. And everyone in this room, if you just ask yourself that question, you will come to the same conclusion.
More than a dozen Republican lawmakers are now calling for the 25th Amendment to be invoked. Just to give our viewers a sense of what that means, it basically would mean the cabinet would have the authority to start the process of trying to remove the president if he or she is deemed incapable of serving. What is your reaction to those calls? Has that ever been discussed?
Kristen, I don't engage in politics. I'm responsible for governing and following the president's agenda, which I scrupulously do. I have to make sure that I deliver the answers to the questions that he has posed. He is probing and detailed and focused on the mission.
But as far as you know, the 25th Amendment has not been discussed?
Not at all.
Okay.